Welcome to Multiversatile. My name is Jake Long, and today's video is about another thing that I think Superman Legacy can learn from Smallville. My first video in this series was about the inclusion of Brainiac as a villain. In this video, I'm talking about the clever way that Smallville includes Lex Luthor in the Superman story. And yes, I know it's a prequel to his Superman days, but anyway, the use of Lex Luthor is great. In Smallville, the writers have Clark and Lex become friends. I don't think they need to make Clark and Lex friends, although it could be interesting to have them be former friends. But the most important thing that I'm thinking about is to have Lex Luthor maintain a strong presence in the world of Superman from the beginning. As I mentioned, my last video talked about having Brainiac as the main villain, so in my imagination for Superman Legacy, Lex Luthor would be a sort of secondary villain behind the scenes causing trouble for Superman. This goes right along with an aspect of James Gunn's style of writing for the Guardians movies. In an interview recently, James Gunn talked about how Ronan was the main villain in the first movie and Yondu was the second villain or antagonist. Of course, Thanos was there too, but he wasn't as involved as those two. In Guardians Volume 2, James Gunn had Ego as the primary and Aisha as the secondary. And in Volume 3, he has the High Evolutionary and Adam Warlock along with Aisha. Of course, James Gunn isn't the only one to use this concept in his stories, but he obviously likes it, so it seems likely that Superman Legacy will have a primary and a secondary villain. Lex could also be more of a Thanos in Guardians Volume 1 type of character. However he is included, I think that it would be valuable as long as there are things for him to do in the movie, of course. I think it's important to show that Lex Luthor is a big part of Superman's world, whether he likes it or not. And of course he probably doesn't like it. But anyway, and Superman has been saving kittens from trees for a little while now, so I think Lex Luthor should be on his radar. Smallville went through many different types of storylines, such as the Freak of the Week, and had many different villains, but Lex was a core part of the story the whole series. Even after he was gone, Tess Mercer's actions were heavily influenced by Lex, and he eventually did return in a few different ways. It would also be nice to see Lex Luthor play an important role without seeing him as the main enemy for Superman. He is a phenomenal character. It's been great to see him in many of the movies, but it would be great to see some other Superman villains show up and take the lead, while Lex Luthor is sort of behind the scenes. So that is it for that. But before I close out this video, I also want to say that I think there is a possibility that we will see Rick Flag Sr. in Superman Legacy. Recently, actor Frank Grillo was a guest on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, Inside of You, and he mentioned that he was joining the DCU. As you may know, he said that he couldn't say anything about the project, but he did mention that it was the first one. Now, we could look at Creature Commandos as the first one, but it is an animated series, so he could be talking about the first movie created by Gunn and Safran, which will be Superman Legacy. I could be wrong, but I believe Frank Grillo was confirmed to play Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos, and if so, it would be really exciting to find out that Rick Flag Sr. will be in Superman Legacy. But that is just sort of a theory and a hope. This would make sense, though, to have a strong military presence in the movie, since it seems that the movie could be about the world deciding what it wants to do about superheroes. Also, I'm excited to hear the rumors that there will be other heroes in this movie. It seems crazy to think that they'll have a new Batman cast and ready to film by then, but he would be a great one to see, as well as Wonder Woman, and honestly many others. But none of that is confirmed. Anyway though, that's all for me today. Let me know what you think in the comments below if you feel so inclined. What are you excited for about Superman Legacy, or are you even excited for it at all? Thanks for watching, and take care.